Hey guys, Lugo here, coming to you with some Throne and Liberty controller settings, especially for the consoles. So I started playing this game recently, and one of the biggest issues I had was the controller input settings, especially when it came to having three skill bars and how to use them. So I thought I'd make a little quick video for anyone who's also struggling to see if they like my setup. Uh, when I changed my setup, made the game much more smoother, especially for a melee character. Whoever's using a great sword, sword and shield, daggers, etc., makes the combat so much smoother. So hopefully this helps. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like the video, and if you wish to catch my playthrough of this game, I should be on every weekday around 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Twitch. You can find the links in my description below, and let's get to it. All right, I'm going to guide you through the settings. So just hit start for me, go all the way down on the menu under settings. Let's start with controls, controller input device. First one is if you wish to use your skill book to be 2 pages on the front, and then you have to flip it with your up on the D-pad. Personally, I do not like this. I want all three of my skill, uh, I guess skill books, whatever, to be on the bottom at the same time so I can see all of them and all my cooldowns. So let's go back. Keep the first option. All right, next target lock on. Keep this on. It just makes fighting a group of enemies easier and smoother. That way, if you kill one of them, it automatically starts attacking the one next to it. That way you don't waste a couple seconds trying to lock on the next one. Keep this one on as well. This way, if you wish to use a certain ability on a different target, for example, let's say you're fighting one target in front of you and the one next to it is charging on an attack, you can quickly just hover your cursor over it, stun it, and then go back and fight the one you were fighting before. This enables it, makes it much smoother. All right, let's go down. You could prevent falling. I mean, I had this. It's a little janky. Let's just keep going. Go, go, go. Okay. Charge skills, aim skills, lock on to on current target, and snap on target. I have all of these enabled. What this does pretty much is when you press the button, you press the skill move, it does it right away. If you have these toggled off, that means when you press the button once, you have to press it again before it like casts. For example, I use a greatsword. One of the abilities is a charge attack. You go and charge your sword and pierce someone, for example. I use toggled aim skills for that, right? If I turn this off, let's see. I turn this off, target num is here. I press Y, you see the blue, like I guess the arrow going to it. That means I have to press it again for it to activate. Me personally, like I'm already aiming beforehand. That's why I want it to be cast right away. Putting this on the ground, it feels very, very sloppy. Very sloppy. Especially if anyone's like fighting in PvP, like everything's a split second, right? You see someone, you want to charge it right away. You don't want to be pressing the button twice. You can lose out on the damage, really. So let's cancel this. Oops. So to cancel anything, really, you just press B or circle on PlayStation. Go back to settings. Let's go back to controls all the way down here. Oop. Let's toggle this back on, and then I'll show you now. Once I press it, it automatically does it right away. See that? It just makes things much smoother. All right. Oops, I do not want to escape. I'm making a video, y'all. Come on now. All right, let's go back to controls all the way down to the toggles. So I have all of these enabled. Oh, an extra tip. Your little sidekick heals you passively over time. This right here is the threshold where he starts using his heals for you. On default, I think it's 90%. Personally, that's a waste of resources. If you're at 90%, there's no danger really. I keep mine at 70. That just means, hey, like I have a battle going on, like throw me a little potion, you know? And what that does is it uses the blue flower that you see on the bottom of your screen to the left. I have 11,000 of those. You can check that in your inventory as well. Oh, by the way, if you hold the left stick, you can use a cursor on console. You see here, this is the blue flower here, and then the ones that are located at the bottom are down here. So all that does is like gives you passive healing. So you want that threshold to be a little lower. That way you're not using up all the flowers all at once. Let's go down to character. Pretty much, I mostly kept all of these default. I mean, I'll go down slowly to it. Select targets to show skill effects. I have this as show all. That means you'll see like if there's danger coming around, like if the boss is doing like a heavy hit or anything like that, you can just get out the way. Going down, the display wind indicator, that's mostly for like bow users. I mean, it's a personal preference if you wish to use it or not. Going down, damage floaters. I love to see my damage. Going down here, friendly player characters, relationship, marks, name, health. I have all that is on. Going down, keep going down. NPC stuff is on. Okay, so no show nameplate info. This is one of the dumbest things in the game so far. Is if you enable this, right? Right, you enable this. It shows your name above your guy, right? And look how ugly that thing looks. Yes, you can make it smaller, you can make it bigger, but if you're fighting something, look, you can't even see the target dummy's head because of my name and my I guess my title name, whatever. And the fact that like there's no way you can put your health bar above your name unless you have your nameplate on is such a waste of quality life that they could have just added one little setting, really. So go back. I highly don't recommend you using a nameplate. If you wish to look at your health, just keep looking at the top left corner. Show detailed health and mana info. That way you can see the numbers at the top left corner. Yeah, let's go back. All of these are on. I keep this on. I personally don't care to see other people's pets around. I mean, that would just put a lot of pressure on your screen. There's just going to be a cluster of things going on if it's showing other people's pets. All right, let's go to target. Target, I just have attackable players. That's fine. Items, I just kept this as default, really. Camera, very important. Camera. Put your sensitivity up a little bit. You do want to be able to move your camera a bit faster. The default I think is 50, and I think especially on console that's too slow. Camera smoothing, keep this off. This is on, going down. Okay, shake effects, put that as off. Toggle that as off, because when you're fighting a lot of things, the screen starts to shake a ton. And trust me, if you're going to be playing this game, for a couple hours, you want this off. It reduces headaches, really. Going down. Oh, camera rotation disabled when locked on. So this is like if you keep this off and you lock on the target, I keep this on, right? I'm gonna lock on this target on me. I can rotate the camera. I can still rotate the camera around, right? If you keep it on, you won't be able to rotate the camera. what it does is it will switch targets, and that could be annoying if you're fighting a group of enemies. And to lock on targets, you just press the right stick in on both Xbox controllers and PlayStation controllers. Just click it in, you're locked on, and then to unlock your target, unlock or delock, whatever, you just click it again. Going back to settings, camera, everything else is just default. That's fine. Content, going down here, this is pretty much all default, really. Yeah, this is all default. I didn't really change anything about this. Oh, actually, I did change something. This is if you play this game enough, once you start upgrading things and doing whatever, there's always a cutscene for it. So you can check these boxes here, skip effects. So that way, it's just once you upgrade something, you don't see the little cutscene every single time. It just skips it for you, and then you can, save a couple seconds or whatever in doing whatever else you have to do. And then everything else is just default. All right, chat. Chat's up to you if you're a chatter. If you like to play with other people, you can enable whatever you wish, really. Yeah. All right. Let's go down to UI. The HUD UI size, I keep that as 6. This just pretty much changes the UI size. I don't recommend going above 6. It will cut off some things off your screen, and it will look very, very ugly. Keep it at 6. Go down here, nameplate size. This goes back to what I was saying before. Like, you can change the size of your nameplate, but it's still in the way if you have it above your name. I keep it as 2. That way, like NPCs around, you see their nameplates in the background. They're pretty big, so you can see like if you need to find a certain merchant or whatever, it's easy to like spot them. Going back to UI. Size, personal preference. If you have a smaller monitor, you might want to keep it as normal or large. I keep mine as large. Going down. Oh yeah, shorten target nameplates backline. Keep that as on. Trust me, if you keep this as off, it looks very ugly. Going down, going down. Oh yeah, the UI contrast. By default it's 0. I keep it as 1. I want my menus a little darker. You can make it even darker. 1 is fine. It looks kind of like bluish, purplish. Keep that on. That's it for UI. Language, I mean, if you wish to, have it a different language, some people, not know French, Portuguese, whatever. And then voice language, I did play it in a different voice language. It's kind of different, really. So if you want to do that, that's fine. Subtitles, blah, blah, blah. Keep that on. Miscellaneous. You really don't have to worry about that. All right. Let's go back here. Notifications. You can keep this on. It's mostly for PvP. I keep it off right now. You can't really hear the sounds anyways with all the skill moves going off. So keep that. It's really up to you. If you want to keep it on, fine. If you want to keep it off, it won't make a big difference really, because you can barely hear anything that's going on when you're in battle. Inventory, I have it off. Community, I have it off. Incoming whisper notifications. Sometimes you'll get like whispers to join certain guilds or whatever. You keep that on. That way, if you are interested in joining someone's guild, you won't miss out. And then content, I just kept this as default. Graphics, brightness, I mean, you can change that however way you want. Going down, motion blur, bro, I turn this off in every game. I don't know what it is about motion blur, but that thing, it makes almost every game to me so ugly. So keep that off for me. Player character count. It depends. If you're having performance issues, you can keep that as medium. If your game is running, smoothly with high, just keep it as high. I wouldn't do epic. It can really like make a game a little bit uglier with performance. So just keep it as high. Sound, I kept everything default. Okay, here comes the juicy stuff, baby. The controller part. Ooh. So I put mine as custom because I changed some buttons around, and you really have to change some buttons around to make the combat much smoother. So trust me when I'm going over this, I did certain things for a reason. Feel free to change whatever you like. You don't have to copy mine's, exact. But playing on controller without paddles on the back can be a little difficult. So I made it as much as smooth as I can on just like the basic Xbox controllers. So let's get to it. Interact, kept it as X. Jump is A. Execute immediately when pressed. I kept that on. Going down a little. Contact notifications, hold Y for that. Notifications group, R trigger and right on the D-pad. Player interactions is holding X. Excuse me. Cancel friendly target, hold B. So the ring menu is what they mean by ring menu is, let me show you this little bad boy right here. When this pops up, this is the ring menu. So I kept that as left click and right click at the same time. That way it just pops up here. Let me show you that again. So yeah, I kept that as left click and right click. That way you don't accidentally like pull it up in the game. And it's just like an extra menu for you. Going down, kept as left trigger, select party member up and down. That's just like if you're in a group on the top left corner, it'll show you like your group members. That way you can select the group members for some reason. I don't know if you're a healer or whatever. Going down, Vanguard party controls, left trigger, and then right click. Basic attack. So I think by default, this is right bumper, which is R1 on PlayStation. I put this as R trigger, just because R trigger is like the most default button for attack in every game, shooters, like RPGs, anything like that. So I put that as R trigger. Defensive skills, I kept it as left bumper. That's your block or your dodge roll for others. All right, going down. Lock on and cancel, like I was talking about earlier. It's the right stick click. Going down to cancel targets B. Keep going down, keep going down. I didn't select any of these. This is, I mean, you can. I personally don't need any of this. I don't want to select like other people's targets or whatever. So going down. Okay, here we go. Probably the most important thing in the game when it comes to combat is your controls. your pretty much your buttons that you press your skill moves with. So the far left skill book I put as left trigger. This one right here. If you can see on the bottom, left trigger. The next one is R trigger, right? And then the third one on the final one is R bumper. By default, they have left trigger, R trigger, and then the third one is R trigger D-pad instead of your buttons X, Y, B, and A, right? So going back to settings, let's go all the way down again. Here. So left trigger, that way you have left trigger X, Y, B, and A. For PlayStation, it would be what? Square, triangle, circle, and X. And then the second bar is R trigger, the buttons again. And then third bar is R bumper. So they're all handy with your fingers. For some reason, they have it as D-pads as default. It makes combat very, very janky. Trust me, try this out if you're especially new to the game. Before you get used to the default settings, try this out. It will make things so much smoother. And another quick tip, for my R bumpers, I have my longest cooldowns, and most of the moves I don't really use often, only on certain situations. So I don't use R bumper all that much. I use left trigger and R trigger mostly. Put your main moves on those bars. That way they're just smoother when you're using them in combat. R bumper is my, like I said, my longest cooldowns. Like this one, 10 seconds. This one's like 13 seconds. These are like mostly my buffs that I use on R bumper and the skill moves. So that way you don't have to really use it all that often, especially if you're just like questing. You don't really need to use all your moves when you're questing. Only like your main like attack abilities. Keep those on left trigger and R trigger. Okay, I'm talking too much. Let's go back to settings. Going back down. Gemstone skill, I have that as R bumper and down. Change target. So change target, you can keep it as R bumper and right click. That's if you're locked on to someone and you want to unlock, de-lock from that target and lock on a different target. It's R bumper and right stick to move it. So you click, hold R bumper, and then you move your right analog stick to change targets. You can keep that as anything you want, really. I just put it there just in case I need it. I barely need it ever, but it's there if I do need it. So swap weapons, I actually have that as Y. Default, they have it as up on the D-pad. So this is gonna be up on the D-pad. And then Y is gonna be swap weapons. What that means is you swap your weapon on the bottom right screen, right next to my head right here. Wait, right here. Right here is your weapons, right? If you press swap, swaps weapons. So if you are, let's say you're maining a sword and shield, you want to always be equipped to sword and shield. That way your weapon mastery is going up. That's a little side note. If you're, whatever your strongest weapon is too, you want to keep in the front. That way your auto attack is with the strongest weapon as well. So going back to settings. If you're still on the video, thanks for watching. Please leave a sub and a like. And hopefully helping you guys out so far with all these like menus. It could be a lot, but trust me, once you do it once and get used to it, the game becomes much better. Astrovision, I keep this as R bumper and left click to turn it on, and then R bumper and hold left click to turn it off. PvP counterattack, I was wondering what this was at first, but it's pretty much if you get hit by another player that you don't see, if you press Y and B, and I believe it's triangle and circle on PlayStation, it automatically locks on to the person who attacked you. So that way, you don't seem lost and you're looking around who attacked you. Same target as party leader, that's in rare situations. If you wish to attack the same enemy that like your party leader's attacking, R trigger left click. Summon Guardian. That's later on in the game. If you're low level, you don't have to worry about this yet. But I keep it as R bumper and R trigger. Switch skill page. That's if you're using the two skill pages with the skill page on the back, you can switch it by pressing up on the D-pad. Party marker, R trigger, right click. These two are off. These, you can keep those like it is. Those are default. Quick turnaround, I kept this off because I turned up my sensitivity, so I don't really have to have a quick turnaround. If your sensitivity is high enough, you don't need a quick turnaround. And then the last one, I believe, is something breaking. Oh, conversation skip. That's just default by A. Okay. And then the last one, control vibration, all vibration. I have it as high. I want to feel like I'm in a battle. But yeah. Oh man, that was a lot of controls, right? And then accessibility, all this is like personal preference, really. If you want blood or not, whatever, subtitles, you got it. And then info, blah, blah, blah. Nice. All right. I mean, that is about it. That's really all you can do with the settings. Hopefully this helped, guys. Thank you for watching. If you stuck through the whole video, please leave a like and a sub. And then I just recently started streaming on Twitch, so give my channel a follow over there. I've like 10 followers, so let's build that up too. All my links are going to be down in the description. I will put timestamps for all of the settings too. That way you could come back to video and it's just an easy access for certain like pages that you missed before or haven't struggled with. But yeah, thanks for watching again. Please subscribe and like the video. And yeah, I might start making builds for this game. I'm not sure yet. I got to see how endgame is. I'm only level 22. But yeah, thanks again. Thank you. Thank you. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.